Hey everyone, and welcome to my craft room. My name's Julianne Richards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in southern Tasmania. Thanks to everyone who purchased my Ombre specialty paper class, sort of a bit of a impromptu class that I sort of thought about doing towards the end of last year, but with Christmas and various other delays, it's sort of coming to about now when we've actually all started to receive our kits, and now that people are getting their kits, I'll pop the videos up as well. So you have 4 cards in this class, and all of them feature a different colour of the ombre specialty paper. The paper comes in 12 by 12 or 30 by 30 sheets, and you get 1 sheet of each of the feature colours that we're looking at today. There's one with Mango Melody, there's one with Highland Heather or Gorgeous Grape, one with Night of Navy, and one with Poppy Parade. So what I've done is create a card that uses each of those colours, and then from your pack you'll have the rest of the pack to play with as you wish and create lots of wonderful other designs as well. The ombre specialty paper is lovely. It's got the ombre effect of going from light to dark within the same sheet, but it's also got a lovely shimmer to it as well, sort of like a really nice sort of bling to it. So adding it to a card, you basically get instant bling without using your Wing of Stella or anything like that. So as I say, we've got 4 cards to get through today, so I'll just start. I'll put them all on the same video because they're all fairly simple cards. It shouldn't take us too long to get through, and you probably can work out how to make them pretty well just from the pictures on my Facebook page, but we'll see how we go here. So the first little one we're going to do is this cute little one here with the Mango Melody. You can see there it's just perfect in that light. You can see that shimmer of those of that ombre specialty paper is really, really nice. So yeah, sort of shimmer and colour all in one. Okay, so in your kit it should look something like this. Yeah, making sure you've done your homework. If you haven't done your homework, stop the video, go back and do your homework and come back to the video, because this assumes that you've got all your little pieces of ombre specialty paper all cut to the right sizes and ready to go. So what I'll do is I'll pop the measurements you have to cut your ombre specialty paper to in the comments of this video. You can pop out, have a look at that, cut them, and then come back. You also need, as part of your homework, you need to fussy cut your pansies for the Highland Heather card that we'll make in the next couple of cards. So assuming you've done all that, you've cut your ombre specialty paper to the right size and you've fussy cut all your little pansies, we'll keep going with the card. So this one, you've got a 4.5 inch square card, which means it's 4.5 inches by 9, and I've scored it at 4.5. So basically you get that sort of nice little square card. I like a square card from now and then. You've got 2 sheets, 2 mats of basic white, one for the inside, which we'll add in a minute, and one for the outside like that. So we've got that one as well. You've got your ombre specialty paper that you should have cut to size. So they obviously will pop on either side of our white like that. And some of the beautiful artistically inked designer series paper, which just goes so nicely with the ombre. And that's going to pop in the middle like that. Then we've got a Stitched So Sweetly sentiment box, some ribbon, and some bling. So we'll go. So let's start with that. What you're going to start with is your basic white sheet and your 3 little strips that you've cut, or the 2 strips and one that I've cut. And we're going to pop those onto the Whisper White, basic white, just straight. I suggest you start with the 2 outside ones, because you can always then position the inside one nice and evenly in comparison. So you're going to have the same gap, top and bottom, and on the left hand side. So basically just, I'm not actually sitting exactly in front of my desk, which means I'm moving myself around a bit. I'll just sit in front and I should be right. So you've got about 1/8 of an inch top, bottom and side there. Okay, so the other one, you're going to do the same thing. Your other piece of ombre specialty paper. If you haven't got the ombre specialty paper and you like the look of this card design, you could just use Mango Melody cardstock. Wouldn't be quite as nice, and you wouldn't have the ombre and the glimmer, but you get the design quite nicely. The card base is Mango Melody, so it would set that off quite nicely. So you've got 2 layers on there now. Hopefully they're straight. And then we're going to bring the little strip of designer series paper and bring that in as well. So I'm obviously attaching these first, so then I can bring in our ribbon, and then all of those can then go onto our card base. Don't want to miss out on our ribbon. I've done that far too many times. So the ribbon's just going to pop across the center of the card and just straight, and then flip around the back. So generally, to attach my ribbon, I'll grab some double-sided tape, flip my cardstock over, just grab a couple of pieces. I'm making these quite large, but that first one's got some funny stuff on it. So we want it about halfway, so I'll just pop my double-sided tape roughly where we want the ribbon to go, and then remove the backing, and then bring our ribbon around. Now this ribbon is the Pale Papaya in colour ribbon. It's really lovely. Each of our new in colours for this year had a matching ribbon, and they are really, really lovely. Sort of, they've got a little shimmer all of their own, and they seem to go really well with the Mango Melody. Here we are. So that's our ribbon. It's attached at the back there on our double-sided tape. Quite nice. All right, so my original card, I've actually mounted that all up on dimensionals or foam squares, whatever you use. Entirely up to you. It would be quite nice just straight on the card, but I like to give it a little bit of height. Okay. So you decide now whether you want your card to be a portrait or a landscape. I'm actually going to go, this time I'll go a landscape. So it opens on the right hand side. Position it so it's in the centre-ish. And there we are. So that's already there. Okay, so now your little sentiment box and your bling, that's all we need to go, and that one's done. And we've got to pop our panel on the inside as well, obviously. But then we've got our bling and our sentiments, and I didn't bring any sentiments. Oh, we'll use these ones. This Special Moments stamp set has got some lovely sentiments here. This is one that's free with a $180 purchase during celebration. So I'm towards the end, by the end of February, if you place a $180 Australian order, you can choose this stamp set for free, which is a great stamp set, and it's got some really, really handy sentiments on there, just about everything you can think of. There's a sympathy there, thinking of you, best wishes, I've used that quite a bit. Your normal old happy birthday, congratulations, for someone who's wonderful in every way. And they're all a nice little size. They're not huge, so they're going to fit really nicely on this sentiment box that we've got here. I couldn't wait for a special occasion. No, not. It's a little bit bright for a sympathy card, so we might steer away from that. Can we get thinking of you on that? Yeah, see, that little thinking of you fits perfectly, so that's an option. I have something special for you, and then there's a second one that says you're holding it, which is quite a funny little. It's okay to feel the feels. And happy birthday's too long. What's this one? Just a little. What's that one? Just a little. Just a little. I can't quite read it. Just a little high from me. That might be nice. It's just a nice little bright, cheery high, just for someone. Really nice. I'm just going to use black ink. Just give that a little bit of a practice. Sometimes with the new stamps, you give them a bit of practice and the ink takes a lot better. Just a little high from me. There we are. That's nice. So again, I'm going to grab my dimensionals. I'll put them back. It's not like me to put things back. Yes, there it is. Pop some on there. And we'll bring in our bling. Just tell you what they are in a minute. The bling you've got with your kits is the In Colour Pale Papaya gems. They are just about the blingiest thing you've ever seen. They have some incredible shine to them. So they are very much worth buying as well, and they go perfectly with our ribbon and all our other in colour things that we've got that are pretty special this year. Okay, so you should have 3 little gems, little rhinestones, and we're just going to pop those on and around. So wherever you usually like putting your bling, I usually stick to 3 or 5 or some sort of odd number, and I pop them in a triangle sort of shape. There we are. Okay, so that is card number 1. On the original card that you may have seen on Facebook, I've used the happy birthday from Peaceful Moments, which is one of my favourites. It's quite nice there, but there we go. Just a little note from me, or happy birthday, or whatever you happen to like. There we go. All right, so that's card number 1. I'm going to keep using those sentiments from that set. I think it's really, really nice. Okay, well, maybe not with this one, because this one's particularly for it's a sort of a masculine-y sort of card. This is the navy, the Night of Navy ombre paper, specialty paper. So you can see there, it's in that panel there in the middle. You can see it shine. So you've also got, so there it is, I've cut it to size. You've also got from the Encircled in Love die set, you've got that little decorative circle there. So that's a die set that's really worth getting for those sorts of nice elaborate circles. There's got 4 or 5, 6 of them in there. Got a circle from just the normal layered circles. You've got, this is the denim ribbon, which is in the current mini catalogue, just really, really nice, goes with all the blues. You've got Night of Navy card base and a panel for inside, of course. And then you've got another panel of Night of Navy, and this one's been popped through the Tasteful Textures. I always get that wrong. Tasteful Textures. Yes, no, Tasteful Textiles embossing folder. Very, very handy embossing folder. I use it a lot. You may have seen me use it quite a lot. Okay, so we'll make this one up. So we're going to grab our little embossed panel here, and then we're going to pop our ombre layer on top of that. So just put some glue on the back. And you can put it over to one side if you want, but I'm going to stick to the middle as best I can. A bit hard to see when you're not looking over the top with the video. There we are. It's not very middly at all, Julianne. That's better. Okay, so that's all on. You might find, I've cut them both to be the same size, but you might find that one overlaps a wee bit, so you might want to trim that down. I might just leave that there. Don't want to make the edge worse. So that's the fit. We're going to then pop our ribbon around as we did with our first one. Must have been a bit of a theme going with these, so each one of them seems to have a ribbon around the centre. I must have been in a ribbony sort of mood when I designed them. With such lovely ribbons, why wouldn't you be? So again, like with our first card, we're going to pop our double-sided tape roughly where we want the ribbon to be and position it and loop it around so it catches on that double-sided tape. There you are. Okay, so that's what we've got. Then we're just going to pop this directly onto the card base. So a bit of excess glue there. Just finish it with some glue. Pardon me, my paper's moving around on me. Finish with some glue and pop it onto the card. So you'll have a very small sort of 1/16 of an inch gap all the way around. Just even that out. There we are. Cool, cool. Okay, that's really sweet. Okay, so then we're going to pop the encircled in love ornate circle just straight onto there, sort of central, line it up with the center of the ribbon with the center of the circle. We're just going to glue that straight on. And that serves doubly. It'll sort of, it'll catch your ribbon and stop it from moving around as well, which is good. Okay, just like that. So then we've got our circle here. So grab your circle. So let's try and find a sentiment that fits that circle. This one here is from the tailored tags, tailored, it's the one with the suit anyway, to one of the world's greatest dads. And let's face it, we've all got that. World's greatest dad. I'm just checking my shelf. Handsomely suited. That one is from To the World's Greatest Dad. So it's like it's the one that goes with the suit dies that were in this year's catalogue. But we'll see. Might be able to use something else on this one if I can find something that fits in that circle. Let's have a look. I have something. No. There's nothing really there that turns me on, really. What's that one? I couldn't wait for a special occasion. No, really not. Where would I be without a friend like you? No, actually, I'm going to stick to one of the world's greatest dads from the Handsomely Suited set, just because I like it. It gives that Father's Day feels. Here we are. Then grab some dimensionals, pop them on the back of your circle. And then position that in the middle of your ornate circle there. So it should fit pretty snugly just inside the little stitched part of the encircled with love. You can see just there's a little stitch mark there. Okay, you should also have 3, as long as I haven't whooshed them off onto the floor somewhere, you should have 3 little white, where have I put you? I did see them a minute ago. 3 little white enamel dots. Mine have gone, oh, there they are. It's still in the envelope. I ran out of the white ones, but the enamel dots that I'm using actually come in a pack. They've got black, grey. I'm just going back over to where my embellishments live. Classic matte dots. They come in a white, which should be there, but I've used it all on you lovely people. A cream, a grey and a black. So I've ran out of the white, so I'm using the cream on my card just to show you how they go. So we'll take a pick tool again, and we're just going to pop those. I just think they stand out so nicely against the blue. Just really nice. Ooh. To be honest, don't really notice too much that these are cream versus the white. They're quite light. There we go. and pop your white panel on the inside with some glue and stamp it if you want. And that one is done as well. Oh, 20 minutes and we're nearly done halfway through. Awesome. Okay, so that's card number 2. That's your Night of Navy one. Right, let's do the Poppy Parade one. So this is quite nice. I like this one. Uses their the hearts from our Bouquet of Love. So the hybrid embossing folder to create that heart. We've got a stitched rectangle, and we've got that lovely flowers, leaves from the artistic dies. So let's get that one out. So again, here you need to have your ombre specialty paper already cut, and everything else should be ready for you. So you've got 4 little pieces of the ombre specialty paper. I've taken it from the light down to the dark, so I get all 4 sort of shades of the colour, and they are 7/8 of an inch wide and 3 inches long. So that's what you've got. So you should have done that with your homework. This piece of cardstock here is already been through the Pretty Flowers embossing folder, one of my favourites from the annual catalogue. I love that one. It is quite pretty. As I say, you've got your heart from the Bouquet of Love. You've got your white artistic dies leaves, and you've got, well, actually you've got a stitched rectangle. I actually decided I would do mine with, this is the little sentiment box out of the Bouquet of Love. I think it's probably a little bit more ornate than the stitched rectangle, but I think it's quite nice, so I thought I'd give that one a go. And some bling as well. Okay, so what we need to do with this one, I'm going to pop the white embossed panel on our card base first. I haven't got myself an inside panel there. Should also have a blank basic white panel for inside as well. I don't seem to have cut myself one. So we're just going to pop that straight onto the card base. Then we're going to get some dimensionals. We're going to pop them on the back of our little strips of ombre paper. So it's going to probably have a little bit of a fiddle here. Going to pop, I'm going to use 3 each strip. My dog's decided it's time to get fed. So she's saying it's only 4 o'clock. I'm going to start with the lightest one, and I'm going to position it at the bottom. So you need to line it up so that the distance from the sides and the bottom is the same. So it's sort of comparing it to the white. So it's straight. It's about half an inch top. Oh no, half an inch on the left side, half an inch on the right side, and roughly half an inch on at the bottom as well. Just like that. Then we're going to, and then I'll drop right to the darkest one. I'm going to do the top. And again, this is probably the easiest way of doing it. So then you can fit the middle ones in like we did with the first card. We sort of went both sides first. This time we're going top and bottom first. So bring it up. Again, about half an inch left, half an inch right, and half an inch to the top of the white. Okay. Then we're going to bring out these other 2 in and position them the same distances apart. That one seems, might just be my eyes, seems a bit crooked, but I think it's okay. Okay, again, dimensional, dimensional, dimensional. I'm going to pop that one in place so that I can get the distances right. Here we are. And our last one. Look, it's not going to be perfect unless you're cleverer than me, but that's the joy of handmade, isn't it? That's what we keep telling ourselves. Imperfectly perfect. There we are. So there we have our 4 little strips of the ombre specialty paper. And then we're going to bring in our other lovely pieces. I'm going to bring in the the leaves first. I'm going to just pop those just on top of those sort of floating, so that it looks like it's floating as well. So on top of our floating strips. Now you could use glue to pop that down. Just pop it on. You obviously only want to pop it on pieces where it's going to. I'm just looking for my glue dots. But pieces where you only pop your glue on the pieces that actually match up with the red strips. I'm actually going to use glue dots because I think they won't make as much mess as the glue. So I'm going to pop one glue dot on that first little clump of leaves there. Put another one maybe there somewhere. Another one sort of central there, just so that there's one corresponding with each sort of ombre piece of paper. Ombre, yeah. So I'm going to actually cut that off at 4. So I'm going to use this. Bring that in to where I think I need it. And then attach it down. Here we are. And the second one. Bring that in there. But as I say, you can use glue. But I think I would make too much mess. He didn't want to stick. And the last one. Here we are. So they do, obviously I've only glued it in 4 places there, so the rest of it does sort of move around quite naturally. If that worries you, just use some more glue or some more glue dots and glue those down. I quite like it to sort of have that little bit of natural movement to it, so it doesn't worry me too much. And we are going to stick it down a little bit with our heart. So we're going to bring our heart in here, and it's going to obviously glue down, stop those sorts of those from moving around. Okay, so again, you have to sort of judge where you need your glue. So we need our glue, sort of a strip sort of there, and then at the bottom, just so you've got some that actually will glue to the ombre paper. And there we are. Okay, so there's our little heart as well. Really nice. I like the little heart. As I say, this is the Bouquet of Love hybrid embossing folder, so it cuts and embosses at the same time. Okay, so we might bring in our sentiment box now. As I say, you've got a stitched rectangle, so you pick yourself a sentiment, fix that. I've got the little sentiment box from the Encircled by In Love, just to show you what that one looks like. It's quite a nice long skinny one, so I think we could probably use Thinking of You, or I think we could actually use, no, Happy Birthday's too long. I Think You Are Wonderful. How about that? That might fit quite nicely. Big congratulations. I might use Big Congratulations, because this could be a quite nice, engagement card. So I'll use Big Congratulations there. congratulations on a a wedding or an engagement or anniversary. Yeah, definitely an anniversary as well. So as you can see, this sentiment set is very, very handy. Just about everything covered. So I'm going to bring this sentiment in. It's going to overlap our heart a tiny bit, but I think it complements it quite nicely. And then we're just going to glue it down there. It actually looks like I've gone slightly different to my original card because I have actually, I'll show you in a second, I actually stamped that in red ink. I've done this one in black. I don't think it matters too much. Okay. There we are. So that one's glued down as well. Getting quite a bit of layering happening here. What I might do is, because I've got a little bit of overlap at the end there where it's just sort of hanging in thin air, I might actually bring in a dimensional just to secure that down so it doesn't wave around too much. Just a little one. And take the paper off while it's in place. There we are. Oh, come on. And then just firm that down. That's it. It's not sort of waving around in thin air now, which is good. Okay, so last bit, you've got some bling. These are just basic rhinestones. Really my go-to bling. You've got 3 of them. You can always add more if you like. We just pop those around. There we are. Okay, so also glue your panel on the inside. I haven't cut myself one today. It's a bit slack. I might get my money back from myself. There you go. So that's your card number 3. Gee, going well here today. 32 minutes for 3 cards. Got to be a record for my videos. Okay, so that's card number 3. We've got our last one to go. So this is the one with the pansies. So you need to have die cut or fussy cut your pansies. So this is the one we're doing now. Okay, so in your kit you have, there's my pansies. You've got some pearl embellishments. They are beautiful. They are my favourites. You've got a circle. Your circle won't have a bite out of it like mine. I was just using a bit of a scrap of white cardstock, so I didn't want to waste it. You've got a panel of white which has been embossed. Now, you might look at it and go, what's she got that heart there for? Well, to be honest, we're just going to cover that heart over. I just wanted to use this one. This is the rest of the embossing panel that goes, embossing folder that goes with the encircled with love by love. So obviously that little red, I'll just add here with me, that little red circle there, red heart has been die cut out of that position there where you can see that. So it's die cut there because I put it through with the die. This one's just been popped through with the embossing folder and no die, so it's left it intact. We're going to use that because I just love those little flowers all the way around there. I think they're just so sweet. But by the time we're finished with our layering, we're going to bring that in, then our circle, and then our flowers. You're not going to see that sort of flat area. It's just going to be covered with all our lovely decorations. So what we might do is we get rid of our card base. Oh, plus you've got a panel for the inside this time. Make sure you use that. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I'll just bring everything out, get rid of the plastic bag. We're going to use our embossed panel of white. We're going to layer up our smaller panel of Highland Heather with our beautiful shimmery specialty ombre. like that. And we're going to stick both of these so together. We're going to stick those off to the right hand side of our white panel. So off to the right. So the same sort of distance, top, bottom and side. So probably, what is that, about half an inch, maybe 5/8 of an inch. So off to the right hand side. So same distance, top, bottom and right hand side. Might need a fair bit of glue on that one because it is quite a heavily embossed panel we're trying to stick it to. Okay, so pop that on there. You could use glue dots or double-sided tape or snail if you are more comfortable with the way that sticks to your to the embossed panel. I've used quite a bit of glue, but that's okay. Okay, so, and again, it seems to be the theme. I probably shouldn't have called this an embossed ombre paper, ombre class. I should have called it a ribbon across the middle class or something, because it seems to be that everyone has it. So we're going to pop our ribbon across the back of that. So this one's going to be slightly up, slightly higher than halfway. And this one is the Fresh Freesia ribbon, which goes beautifully with our Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. So this one's sort of like the top third, I suppose, maybe a little bit lower, but just above centre. And again, we've attached that at the back with our double-sided tape. Okay, so now we can basically finish that with glue and pop that onto our card base. Yep. Just had a funny feeling I'd cut that wrong from the machine, from the trimmer. Seems okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so there, that's the basics done. Now we're going to bring in our circle, which is going to sit sort of a little bit sort of central, but with the ribbon passing underneath it. And then we've got our beautiful pansies. So I mentioned in the homework that if you could die cut your pansies, but also make sure you die cut or cut out any that might be off the edge of the paper that I've given you, sort of part pansies. Because what we can do is obviously use those. We can use those in our pattern as well, because you'll end up covering them over if you pop them, position them at the back, and you will never see that they were only half there. We sort of want to do something like that. Okay, so we want to arrange those. So most of them we're going to just glue straight to the circle. What we might do first is grab the sentiment we want to use for this particular card and pop it. So you're going to pop it, although it's a circle, you're going to pop it to the right, top right hand side of your circle, so that you can decorate around it. I might use, what will I use this time? Oh, where's it all gone? Something not too big, but it doesn't have to be tiny either. Hang in there, no. Best wishes, it's a little bit small. Just a card to say you're amazing. Thinking of you. I think I actually quite like the thinking of you. I might use that one. Now, I will stamp this in Gorgeous Grape. You could use your black, obviously, but I like the Gorgeous Grape, so that goes so nicely with the colours. So I'll grab that if I can find it somewhere nearby. So thinking of you. Here we go, gorgeous grape. And as I said, up towards the right hand top of this circle, if that's such a thing. And we're going to grab some glue and pop it onto our card. So again, we're using that glue to pin our ribbon down, which is good as well. It's not going to go moving about. Okay, so let's grab our pansies and we can bring them in. So obviously our little half a guy there that's not quite all with us, we can pop him up behind everything, and then we can layer these other ones around him. I'm going to just glue them in. Just trying to get a nice little bouquet happening. How's that? Yeah, I like that. So let's glue those all in place if I can manage to reproduce it. There's a little broken guy. Okay, just whatever way you like. I'm going to save one of these little guys just to pop it up onto a dimensional. So to give it a bit of height. So he will just pop just there in the front on a dimensional. There we are. You probably only need a couple. There we are. There, isn't that sweet? Just a little posy of pansies there. Plus you've got now your pearls to bring in. These are in the current catalogue as well, so if you've fallen in love with those. There we are. Okay, and so that is card number 4. That's it. That's the last one. There's our 4 cards all done. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it is. Okay, so there's the last one. So thinking of you or happy birthday, and you've got your lovely pansy posy happening there as well. So there you go, and pop your panel on the inside. I've lost mine. There it is. That should pop on the inside as well. Just like that. Okay, so 4 cards all done in 44 minutes. Wow, world record. So I hope you enjoyed those. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the class. Hope you get nice usage of the ombre paper that you have left over. I'd love to see how you use it. If you check my YouTube channel, I have actually made a couple of cards with what I had left. So if you're running out of ideas, please have a look over there. And I'm sure you'll find ways of making sure you use the rest of it. Okay, so as I said, ombre specialty paper. This is our class. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you come back for more classes in the future. I'd love to have you all come back later. If you would like to learn anything about these products or grab a current catalogue or anything like that, please just reach out, send me an email, or pop over onto my Facebook page. But anyway, it's been great to have you with me today. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all next time.